Good morning. It is Monday and it's time for another vlog. It is 9:45 in the morning. I have already gotten up. I've showered. It's been a productive morning. I didn't do much reading last week. Whoops. So I'm still reading Here With Me by Brooke Montgomery. I'm 45% of the way into it. And then my other reading plans for this week is to read Finale by Stephanie Garber. I have been saying I'm going to read this for months, and I really want to finish this series. I don't want to keep putting it off and then not finishing it. So this is top priority this week after I finish the book that I'm currently reading. And then it is my Aries Queen's birthday this month. So I'm reading a few of her favorite books. Sorry, I'm using my computer for light because I don't feel like turning on the light. So the first one up for reading her favorites is Reading Deathless by Catherine M. Valente. I'm really looking forward to reading this, not only because it's one of her favorite books, but because I have just been interested in reading it for a really long time and I just haven't yet. So April seems like the perfect month to read it, since it's, you get it. But anyway, I have a doctor's appointment today for a new PCP, which I'm a little bit nervous about, but that's silly because it's just a doctor's appointment. Why be anxious about a doctor's appointment? You're kind of going there because you are an anxious individual and have some issues that you need to talk to a doctor about. But regardless, I'm still a little bit anxious about it. Then other than that, I have plans to write and to edit some vlogs and to read. So with that, welcome to the vlog, and I'll try and be better this week than I was last week at vlogging. It's been really rough up here mentally. I know I keep saying that. I'm like a broken record, but just know that I am doing my best, even if my best is not what I want it to be. You know what I mean? You get it? Anyway, okay. But anyway, bye. I'm 52% in now. This man just came over to get a blowjob, and now he's confessing his love for her. They keep saying things like, our connection is going to be deeper when we finally tell everyone about us, because it's going to be not just the physical connection. All they do is hook up, which is fine, but it is just a physical connection. So I don't know why, it's so weird. It's so weird. I literally read this and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Hey, it's later. It is 8 p.m. and I can't remember if I updated you. I've read a little bit more of Here With Me. Is that what I'm reading? Yes, Here With Me by Brooke Montgomery. I am 60% of the way through page 250. The most wackadoodle thing happened in this book, and it's crazy. I'm like, what is happening? I am having a relatively good time with it, so I'm gonna keep reading it for now. But I'm just like, what is happening? I did also write for a bit. I wrote a little bit over 1,200 words. It's not as much as I wanted to write, but I do have an outbreak on my left hand now of my eczema that has always just been on this hand, and that did kill my vibe. It harshed my vibe, and I said, you know what, we're done. So I've moved to the bedroom. I have a fruit by the foot that I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna read this Whackadoodle book and pretend that I don't want to cut my hands off. Hey, it's Tuesday. It's the last day of my weekend, and it's like 11 o'clock. I did not mean to wait so long to get out of bed, but it's like my Sunday, and I feel like Sundays are like the day to be laying around, you know what I mean? It's also raining, so it's like the perfect day to just be laying in bed, but I'm up now. I have plans to do some work today, to write today, and to play The Sims today. I also just got off the phone with the court because I was getting impatient waiting for the official paperwork to come in, and I was like, has it gone out? And they were like, yeah, it went out on Friday, so your girl is officially finally divorced, which is fantastic news. So yeah, I think I'm gonna order my favorite chicken nugget, my chicken tenders that I really like, for lunch to celebrate. Charlotte is currently working. We'll probably celebrate too when she gets home, but you know, I'm gonna have a moment like to celebrate too, you know, like right now. I'm not gonna wait. I did finish Here With Me by Brooke Montgomery. I'm gonna give it a 3-star rating. Maybe a 2.5. I don't know. I don't know how, like, I'm gonna sit on it maybe for a bit. I liked it okay. I skimmed a lot of it. There was a lot of smut. There was a lot of sex, and I did skim a lot of the sex scenes, which is weird. I don't mind reading about sex, but it got to the point where I was like, okay, I get it. Let's move on. The character development was really only through sex that was happening, and some of it felt really rushed. And I didn't really fully believe it. I don't believe that Fisher and what's her face, Noah, are gonna last. Like, he's double her age, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but she, in my opinion, is still very immature as a 22-year-old, and I don't necessarily think after a year of being with someone where most of the time was spent either not talking to each other because they considered their anniversary to be the first time they hooked up, and then they didn't talk for a while, and then for it to be like a secret for most of the time. I don't necessarily think that that's a strong foundation to build a marriage, if you will. I also don't believe that the conflict between the ex-boyfriend Jace, which is also Fisher's son, would have resolved in just a one conversation phone call with his dad. Like, I just don't believe it. And then it was wild. It was Whackadoodle. Like, the last like third of the book was just Whackadoodle time. And so, spoilers from here on out. I'm so sorry, I can't not talk about it. So, like, throughout the whole book, we have this one character, Craig, who is sabotaging Noah, which, like, I mean, I guess, but it all seemed so weird. Like, why is he strictly going after Noah and none of the other trainers in this area? But I digress. So he is sabotaging her. He puts nails in the training area. He puts a snake, he releases a snake, which ends up hurting Noah. And then the pièce de résistance, if I could speak, is that he lights the barn on fire with all the horses in it. And Fisher ends up getting stuck in the barn because he's trying to save the horses, okay? Craig ends up dying, and then we found out that there was another body in the barn, and it was so badly burnt that they couldn't identify the body, okay? And then we find out from the cameras that it was this other guy, Ian, who also she didn't like. And was Ian a little pushy? Sure. Was he a bad guy? I don't think so. I think he was just a pushy little jerk who maybe needed to like get taken down a peg, but the way like what he was doing was really not that bad in my opinion. To push him to join up with Craig in this like destroy the Hollis's ranch kind of scenario that they were playing out. It was just such a wild thing, and I guess I didn't realize that this was like a suspense romance. So it just felt like so out of place. I was like, what even is this? I was going in for a cowboy romance. I was not going in for cowboy suspense romance. And the whole thing just felt really intense for what the story was. I think I just talked myself into a 2.5-star rating. But I feel bad. Like, I read it. I didn't hate my time with it, but I certainly didn't, like, love it. And this would not be on, like, a book recommendations list for me, like, especially if it was, like, a cowboy romance recommendations. I would maybe recommend it if, like, you like that suspense element of a romance, and you don't mind it being a little bit of a whackadoodle time. I just love that word. Thanks, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Who was that? Lisa Rinna. I think it was Lisa Rinna. I think it was Lisa Rinna. I think it was Lisa Rinna who said it first, and it has become like a part of my like normal daily language. We often say that it's whackadoodle time when Augie is freaking out, and I literally cannot find a better word to describe what this book was other than just like whackadoodle. So I'm just going to keep saying it. It's also really fun to say. I am going to sit down though, and I'm going to order my chicken tenders. And I'm going to start with Finale by Stephanie Garber. It's the last book in the Caraval series, so I won't be able to talk about it too much because that would spoil the series for you, and I don't want to do that. But anyway, I'm going to go now. Your girl's divorced. She's read a book. She's going to start another one. She's going to eat some lunch. And I'll keep you posted. Hello. It's Wednesday. It's like 5:30. It's 6. I have just gotten home from work. One thing that I love about opening shifts is that I'm home earlier, and since it's spring, it's still light out, which is incredible. I have done I've fed the cats, I've done all those things, and so now, before I eat dinner, I wanted to show you some books that I got today, because I did get some books to celebrate the fact that I'm divorced. I also had gotten an ARC today at work, but I can't find it, so I think I forgot it at work, so hopefully no one else takes it, but it's not a big deal if they do. I did pick up some things for Max and Charlotte for Easter as well, because I make them little Easter baskets, so I'm not going to show you those because that would be spoilers. But, oh my gosh, But anyway, I bought 2 books today. The first one I got was House of Blight by Maxim M. Martineau. This is like a gothic fantasy, I think, but I was curious. And then I read the prologue and that hooked me, so I bought it. And we also only had 1 left at the store, so I had to buy it. And then I ordered and it came in today, so I bought it. Or it came in yesterday, so I bought it today. Among Thieves by M.J. Kuhn, because I accidentally bought the second one without realizing it was the second one. So I had to order the first one in. Tell me why publishers publish first and second books so they don't match. This one is so much smaller than the second one, and that's annoying. I hate it. Why do they do that? But anyway, that's the little haul I have for you. I haven't read anything. That's a lie. I read like 5 pages of Finale yesterday, and then I forgot to do any check-ins. I'm sorry. I read 9 pages. So there. I read 9 pages of Finale. And then I watched Grey's Anatomy. I tried to play some Sims, but the mods weren't working right, so Charlotte had to fix them when she got home yesterday. So I'll probably play some Sims today. Now I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to probably watch some Grey's while I eat dinner, and then I'm probably going to play some Sims, if I'm being completely honest with you. I can't tell you anything about my Sims game because I do plan on being a little evil, and I don't want to put that out on the internet. But anyway, maybe I'll show you my girl because I think she's a cute little bean. But anyway, I will hopefully I'll remember to do another check-in, but I make no promises, so. Hey, it's Thursday. Remember how I said that I was going to try and check in more yesterday, and then I didn't do that? Yeah. Sorry. I watched Grey's Anatomy. Unfortunately, it was the bomb episodes where the guy from Friday Night Lights is the bomb squad leader. Those are some of my least favorite episodes. I was absolutely distraught. I did play some Sims, and I did do just like a little bit of reading. So I went from page 9 to 34 in Finale. Not too much of an update, but a little one. It's early. I am waiting outside work to go open the store. And then I work until 5. So most of my day will obviously be at work. And then Charlotte has the day off today, so I don't know what our plans will be for this evening, but we'll probably hang out. So that's the update. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say other than that, honestly, so. Hey, it's Friday. It is 7:22, and I have just gotten home from work. I know I didn't check in yesterday. I'm so sorry. Today was a terrible day. I've had a bad day, and so I'm trying to not let it ruin my night is what I'm trying to do, but I have so much that I have to do. Hannah has procrastinating on all of her chores that she needs to do, and so now she's feeling overwhelmed. So how are we gonna fix this? We are not gonna take off our clothes for the day and get into comfy clothes until the chores are done. So I am going to set myself a timer for 1 hour, and at 1 hour I'm gonna allow myself a 5-minute TikTok break with a timer, and then we'll get back to work and finish what we can from there. If I need more time, I'll give it like another hour. But we're not sitting down and we're not changing our clothes until I've made good progress. I'm not going to show you what my apartment looks like right now because I'm embarrassed. And you just need, like, that's all you really need to know. It's not like disgusting, but it does really need to get clean. So I'll show you what it looks like when I'm all done doing what I need to do. And once I get changed into my clothes, my comfy clothes, I did get a new sweatshirt. So that's going to be my reward for getting changed. I'm going to allow myself, you know, to put on my new sweatshirt after I'm done. And I'm gonna hope that that's a good enough reward for me to actually get this stuff done, because I've been putting it off for days. And I actually have a Sunday off this weekend, which is kind of exciting because I never have like a standard weekend day off. But I have Sunday off. So my thought is, if I can get everything done today, then Sunday I won't have to do much and I can actually enjoy my Sunday off, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna put my hair up and I'm gonna get started, and I'll check in with you when I'm done. That is a promise. Hey, I'm finished. It's like 9:30. I didn't fully finish the kitchen, but I am in my new sweatshirt. Did I need this sweatshirt? No. Did I buy it because I was depressed and a little bit manic? Yes. What are you gonna do? You know? So I promised to show you how things are looking now, so I'm gonna show you. So here is our living area. So obviously I cleaned this space and all of the living room area. This is all the clean clothes that I need to fold and hang. We are not working on that tonight. And then I got this area kind of straightened up. Ignore that. So all in all, I would call it a success. I am gonna heat up some of the leftovers and actually eat dinner and probably have some water. My bangs are doing some weird things right now, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna make myself some dinner and I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna read Finale. I think I'm on like page 90 now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really intrigued where things are going, and I'm having a good time, and that's really all that matters. So yeah. Hello, it's Sunday. It's the last day of the vlog and it's accidentally 5 p.m. I had the day off and I let myself sleep in just a little bit. And then I had brunch plans with my friend Adrian, and that was exactly what the doctor ordered. It was such a fun day. I forgot to bring something over with me when I started to film, so I'll just walk and talk. We had brunch at a diner that I really like. I had delicious French toast and bacon and home fries. It was so good. And then we sat in the car for a few hours and just chit-chatted, which was fun. We did that the last time we hung out too, which was just eat and then sit in the car for hours. So we decided that next time we hang out, we need to have like a plan. As much as sitting in the car and hanging out and talking is fun, it would also be fun to like actually do something. And then since the diner was right next to Barnes & Noble, we went into Barnes & Noble. And I did buy some things that I didn't need, but what are you gonna do? I picked up Enchantra, which is the second book of Phantasma, which I don't really know why I bought this because I haven't read Phantasma yet, but now I have both of them. And then I noticed that this book got a new cover, The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu. And I have picked this book up a few times and then not bought it, but I really liked this cover. I don't know if you can like really see it, but I really liked the cover, so I bought it. So yeah, now I'm home. Max should be getting dropped off soon from his dad, so that'll be nice, and then Charlotte will be home relatively shortly after that. And then I don't really know what our plans will be once everybody's home. But for now, I am going to sit and read some of Finale. I know I haven't talked very much about this book. I am now 146 pages into Finale by Stephanie Garber, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really intrigued by how this series is going to wrap up. It's already doing some interesting things that I wasn't expecting, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am a little intrigued by some of the stuff that's happening, which I can't really talk about because it's a spoiler because it's the final book. But basically, if you don't know about the Caraval series already, the first book is about this girl, Scarlett, who has always wanted to go to Caraval, and it's this festival that you have to be invited to, and it's kind of like a contest, and Legend is the one who runs it, and Legend will always offer a prize for the winner, and the prize is different every time, but she's wanted to go literally forever, and she's never been invited. She constantly writes letters to Legend asking for an invitation, and she never gets invited. And then she is set to get married, and she finally gets her invitation. And in the first book, Legend has her sister, and she has to find her sister. And that's like the prize of the game, essentially. And so she is trying to beat Caraval to save her sister. And then in Legendary, which I think is the second book, we focus more on the second sister, which is Donatella or Tella. And now in this book, it's more of a mixture. There's more of both of them happening, so their storylines have kind of converged and come together. And we're finally at like kind of this overall arching plot line that's been happening throughout the other two books, and they're kind of converging, I guess. And it's really interesting, but there's a side character, Jax, that I absolutely adore. We got to see him in the second book, and some of the stuff that's happening with him is really interesting because I thought that was more of the plot line for A Curse. The Broken Heart, a Curse for True Love, A Curse of a Broken Heart. Anyway, it's the second trilogy that Stephanie Garber has written kind of in this world. Once Upon a Broken Heart, is that what it's called? Anyway, I'm a little intrigued because maybe I misunderstood the synopsis for that other series, but I'm kind of interested, and I'm glad I'm reading. I did make the choice to finish this series before starting that one because I didn't want to be spoiled, and I'm glad I did because I feel like I'm getting some information that I would need in that second series, which wouldn't, like, I can't say a lot of people have said you don't need to read Caraval to read that other series, but I feel like with the information that I'm getting in Finale, that it's definitely going to have an impact on that other series. That was a really long explanation. I think I made it more complicated than I needed to make it, but that's just the way of the game. I do have a Diet Coke here. Oh, I think that was Max. I do have a Diet Coke here, and so I'm gonna drink that. I'm gonna read. Max is home, so I'll check in later.